Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Corning Museum of Glass, the studio. This is a demo. My name is Rhea Friday, and I have an assistant right here. His name is William Passmore. He's going to be helping me out today. He's also my TA for my class. Our class is here in the bleachers, and they are my lovely audience. And welcome. We're going to be doing a demonstration of a caged stuffed cup, and I look forward to having fun in the hot shop with all of you and with my class. All right, awesome. Thank you. All right, so what we're doing right now is we're getting some colored glass ready, and I'm preheating my pipe. I'm going to take a gather, and then I'm going to shape this into a starter bubble. And we have some K60 opaline white, one of my favorite colors, and we're going to do an overlay. Whenever you're ready. It's on the right-hand side, middle. To give you guys a little bit of context to why I'm out here this week, I'm out here teaching a class in Corning. Corning used to be another home for me. I lived here for 5 years, 7 years out here in New York. Went to school at Alfred University, and I'm really excited to be back. It's been lovely walking around the town and seeing some old haunts and seeing some friendly faces. And I'm really grateful that they gave me this opportunity to do a demo and to teach this class. It's been amazing to be back. Just gonna create the little starter bubble. The glass. After we get the color overlay, I'm gonna take a couple gathers, and then I'm gonna making a post, and then that post gets dipped on, get some fresh glass, and we have a cage hanging out in a pickup box right over here. It's been getting hot all day. And the cage is similar to, but not exactly like, two of the cages that I have over here on the annealer. They're simple vessels, but then they are really heavily cold worked and carved and sandblasted. And it's really fun to see the glass kind of expand through the holes of the carving. They're lots of fun to blow into, but they are a pain in the butt to make. Hey, Bill? Okay. Should have brushed up on all of my jokes before this. You don't see them right now, but there's an amazing Corning AV crew who's come in and transform the studios with cameras. Thank you to you guys too, you're awesome. Appreciate this. I'll take this opportunity to plug the studio. If you guys haven't yet, checked out classes online. The studio offers some really great classes. They have a fantastic facility here. And if you don't come for the classes, then come for the museum. The museum has always got a revolving exhibit to come check out, a lovely town, new restaurants on Main Street. Okay. So this looks clear, but this is opaline glass. As this cools down, you'll be able to see it's kind of like a jellyfish white. And if it gets really thin, what I love about this color, it has kind of like a blue tint to it, and it reacts to temperature. So areas that it's thin or thick or where it freezes, it will either stay clear or turn white. For my class's sake, K60 is a great color to work with because it goes completely clear when it's hot and then it goes opaque when it's cold. So one, you know how hot the glass is, and two, you can always see your bubble when it's hot. I'll make a list of colors that are really good colors to start with in glass. We're almost there. Just gotta turn it over a little bit more. Make sure that area is nice and smooth. One more heat. Can you get rid of the 6 block and the 8 block? And I'm gonna need probably a 15 once I post dip. The blocks should be behind the hood. We haven't put the newspaper in there yet, but we're about to do that tomorrow. This is just another shaping tool. It's similar to the block, but it allows you to conform your hand around the piece. It's pretty handy, really messy. All right, we're gonna go in for another dip. Thank you. Were you able to find another block?
There's not.
Okay. Do you have any jokes? Folks, if you're watching from home, I think they're going to add some really good music in the edit. Come back for the edited version in a couple of weeks. If I wasn't worried about copyright infringement, I would be singing some of my favorite songs right now.
You can try singing.
For everyone's sake. I will not sing. You got enough room? Okay. Okay, blow lightly. Blow a little harder now. And stop. Now one more dip and then we'll do the post. And those are the bigger paddles, so when I'm standing on the thing, my feet don't burn.
You want one across the top resting on it?
I'm not allowed to put my feet on the thing.
Oh, just in front of your shins?
Yeah. And I'm gonna have the blow hose here so that I don't have to stand with my head over the pickup box. It's gonna, so this,
Yeah.
it helps to have this kind of back a little bit.
Roll it over.
And then once you put it on, then you move that back so that it has a really tight grip.
Okay.
All right, one more dip. Gonna let most of this strip back off into the furnace. Thank you. All right, let's take a heat. Get it all the way hot. All right, guys, so I'm gonna make what is called a post. And a post is where I create a jack line and then I gather on the ball again. And the reason for that is so I'm gonna get the glass so hot and then I'm gonna shape it really quickly. And I won't be able to get it that hot again to put the jack line in, so I have to do it ahead of time. And then once I go into the cage and I puff everything out, I already have a jack line in there and I can just do a little shaping, cooling, and then break it off. But it gets really dramatic because I have to gather on that big ball, so it's a lot of glass. And hence, we have some really big blocks right here. Blow, please. Blow harder. Stop. I'm gonna puff it up a couple more times before I hit the jack line. No, for this, go ahead and take a heat until you feel like this joint is moving, but I really want to make sure that I get it blown out and get those two lines in. And more so than the puffing, I'm gonna need a shield. And why don't we go ahead and hook up one of these fancy auto puff thing, the tube, the pipe. Actually, on second thought, I'd like to give the blow hose that they gave me a test run, so I'm not using it for the first time when we go into the cage. Okay. How you turn. Thank you. You see that?
Huh.
I was stepping on the pedal and blowing at the same time. Like this was operating it. Classy. Yeah, see?
Old habits now.
I know, right? Next time I'm just gonna say blow. Blow. Okay, we'll cut it in on this one. So not as hot as you can get it, but pretty hot. Double bubble.
And I have a tail here.
Oh. This is going to be good to know because this is going to be a pain in the butt to get off. Here, let me.
1 second. I got you.
You got it? Okay. Bill, can I have you help me put this hose on? Because William's going to be, I just need help putting this on.
Okay.
Because he's going to have to jump over here and shield me.
Sounds good.
And I don't think that it's going to be pretty floppy. Thank you.
You know, I try.
I know. You can take it out of my check.
Okay.
Thank you.
Got it?
Yep. Yes, please. Awesome. Thank you. Nice heat. Thank you. Yes, please.
Thank you.
Awesome. I appreciate you. All right.
Let it get cold.
Yeah. Okay. We got some tubes. The anesthesiologist, they must have noticed that we had medical tubes.
Made them feel right at home.
I know, right at home. Okay, I do want to puff out the thickness on the bottom. This bottom touches down at the bottom of the cage and really doesn't expand much. So if it is too thick, it just ends up making the piece really heavy. I want to set this up with more thickness on the side. When I get back, I'm going to need one of the big blocks.
Okay. Now?
Yeah, just go ahead and set one out on the bench and then get ready to puff. So I want to puff out that thickness at the lip, and then I want to kind of shape it back, push it back into a bit of a smaller shape. I'm going to block it first, and then I'll paper and have you blow. I don't think I need a shield. Thank you. I'm gonna do that one more time. Actually, can I have you take it for a heat and just get it hot right up there. We're close. Nice. Go ahead and blow just a little bit and stop. Okay. Huh. Other bugs. All right. So now we're gonna let this top part cool down. I'm gonna use the fluffy torch to keep the knuckle warm so that it doesn't get too cold. Don't think it's gonna crack off, but belt and suspenders. And you can start to see that K60 showing up over here. That opaline white is appearing in the knuckle, which gives me an idea of how cold it is. And that post needs to just chill out a little bit more. Box. Okay. Let's go ahead and ramp it up. And then periodically just be looking over there, and when you see it get to the high temp, open up the box and just let's see what we got. Yeah. I don't want to get like poised for the shot and then have it be broken or any of those things. I know. Wait for it. Okay, open. I love that sound. Yeah, it's the shape of it. It has to kind of fit into this big one. Beauty. Okay, go ahead and take it for a flash. Thank you. I'll have you take it for another heat. I just want to even out the temperatures a little bit more. Thank you. Fantastic. Okay, blow lightly. Let's keep on blowing. Stop. Blow again. And stop. All right. What temp do we have? Can you go with a little peek? Is it alive? All right. Okay, well, let's get on the blow hose. Apply the blow hose. Fantastic. So I'm further away than I usually am.
Yeah.
I may not need the shielding on my feet.
Okay.
But if it looks like I'm gonna fall over, just, you know.
You got it?
Stop short. Catch it. All right. Okay, so every one of these cages is different. Thickness, shape, where I put the holes. So I have to be thinking about where the thickness is in this bubble here because I want to have the glass protrude out of the holes that I cut into the cage. And if I don't have enough glass there, I end up popping one of the bubbles. But I also, this cage is basically a pre-made bowl. It's a finished bowl shape. So it's very open on the top. And if I get it too hot in the back, it can kind of mushroom out over the top of the bowl and it can get really thin and unstable. So getting just the right heat and the right thickness is key, and it's trial and error and hopes and dreams and smoke. So we'll hope that it comes together. It's fun either way. It's hot, it's gooey. I also want to say I've never done this with a blow hose before. I've always just done it with my kind of head over the pickup box. So it's gonna be a surprise. Okay, wait for me to get there. Okay. This is gonna have to come off right away. So after I come out,
Yeah.
open up the doors
Yep.
and glove up. All right. So the whole top of this mushroom gets cold worked off. And really what I'm saving is the bottom part with all that bubbleage and that texture. But I got pretty thin up there. I don't think it's gonna collapse on me, so let's just find out. I'm gonna need another door. Thank you.
One more?
Yeah, might as well. I'm just gonna take it for some flashes here. Make sure that my cold cage is warm enough. Yeah, so everyone is a fun adventure. This is probably the widest opening I've ever gone into.
Janelle or Ray?
We're going into this one over here. Thank you. Couple more flashes just to make sure. And now you guys can see why that post jackline, free jackline we should say, is so handy. I'm gonna take one more flash, okay? Oh, sweet, it's fire polishing. Okay. We're gonna even out some temperatures here with a Fluffy. I'm trying to let the hot part cool down. I can tell with how much the bottom is fire polished, it's just a little bit warmer than everything else. And I don't want it to deform as soon as we break it off. Okay, let's get ready. Over and under. I'm gonna grab that paddle. Okay, take it. Yeah, go for it.
You know if you want that left or right?
All right. Yes, thank you. Almost. Not quite half an hour. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you coming. Good to see you. And we do have a little bit more time. I'm going to do just a quick demonstration of some of the other pieces that I make. And these are creating interior space inside the bubble that I then manipulate after it's cold, and I cut it up. And I'm just going to do that in clear because of the time. But let me show the camera so I can show you what I'm talking about. So it's one of these guys right here. And so at some point, this was just a basic bubble. It was attached to the blowpipe right here. And then I create spot heats. And then I push in these shapes. And then after it's cold, I cut off the sides and I can have access to these points. And I'll cold work openings at the end of these spikes. And I can thread in wire and chains and all this other kind of stuff here. So I've made a few other pieces like this. It's really fun to kind of play with the interior of the glass. It is definitely fun to get it hot and stab it. All right, so that is actually not mine or the studio's. That is Chris's pipe.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll get one that's a little bit bigger. It was very, yeah. Yeah, one of these is perfect. And can you actually trade out the major burner for the minor burner? It's just a quick connect.
yeah.
And we'll do as many spikes as we have time for. I'd like 8, but if we get 4, that's fine.
Perfect. Grab a tungsten rod, start poking some around.
Actually, yeah, a tungsten would be great, but if I can't get a tungsten, I'll just use the blade of the jacks. They're waxed. It won't be bad. Thank you. We got some big ones in here? Oh yeah, oh nice, nice. Yeah, we can turn that off. Did any of the bubbles move when you grabbed it? Did it deform?
I didn't feel it.
Okay, good. The first time I made one, it did.
Yeah.
I blew into it and I was just like, oh my God, take it off. And so my assistant grabbed it and it deformed it, but because I was trying to make a basket, it was like the most happy accident. It really looked cool. I know, right, next time. I gotta have a lot of tiny little holes to make that work out, because if you get it so hot, the big bubbles just collapse.
Have you talked about the cedar yet?
The sear?
The cedar?
Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, good call. Thank you. Oh, so some of these pieces over here, the blue one in particular, is going to have cedar woven into the holes. I started making holes just because it's, fun to punch into the glass. They're very hard to do, and I continue doing it for reasons I don't know. Maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment. But I do like the end result. But then I also started getting into a heritage cultural practice of mine, and that is cedar weaving. I am European and I am Native American, and the tribes that I belong to, can you take that for a quick heat, are in the Pacific Northwest. That is where I'm from. I was born and raised in Seattle. And I'm Lummi and I'm Swinomish. And cedar weaving is a tradition in that area. And I started doing that about 5 years ago. And I would call myself barely even a yellow belt at cedar weaving. It takes a lifetime to get a black belt in cedar weaving, and I am nowhere close, but I really love it. I love the process. And I wanted to figure out a way for me to combine these two things, glass and cedar. And I've tried weaving on glass that was just a finished vessel, and I'm not skilled enough to do that yet. There are those who are. So I started thinking about how the holes could create a purchase point for the cedar to attach to the glass. And I've done it a couple times, and I really liked the effect, especially with the sandblasted glass. Go ahead and blow, please. And so I continue, you can blow a little harder. I continue to do that. Stop. I also do it with other materials like thin copper wire, aluminum wire, and chains, precious metals, gold and silver. Have you blow again? stop. I'll have you take it for a heat. I have a lot to learn about cedar weaving, so I still continue just to try to learn the basics from my community members, the basics of weaving and adding other materials like sweetgrass, beargrass, spruce root, devil's club, nettle. There's so many really cool things. I currently live on Camino Island, and I do work at Pilchuck Glass School. So plug for Pilchuck. Check out our website if you haven't yet. After you check out Corning Studio website and see what classes they have available, come check out Pilchuck's. All one love. But up in the Pacific Northwest, the forest is full of wonderful materials to work with and add to glass. It is a challenge to figure out how to do that in a way that is going to be stable, aesthetically pleasing. You're considering the material, you're considering the place. Go ahead and blow. But I really enjoy that. Blow a little harder now. And stop. I'm going to cut on the jack line. I'm going to make it a slightly elongated shape.
Okay.
Am I? Maybe. Nope, I'm not. I'm going to make it a ball. Go ahead and blow, please. And stop. And blow. And stop. And blow lightly. And stop. Okay. Now I'm going to need to get this a little bit colder, and then we'll put some spikes in it.
I could show tungsten. My bag.
You do? Okay, that'd be great. Just going to cool this down a little bit. Thank you. And can I have you take it for me?
Flash?
Nope. Gotta get it cold. And I'll have you be on the ready with to grab the torch out of my hands. Okay, take it. Awesome. I'm going to try to get one more in. Okay, I'll have you take it here in just a second. Go for it. Okay. All right, we can get 4. We can get 4. We got 5 minutes. You know what? I think we're gonna go for 8.
8?
8.
Yes.
So the trick is not to get these two close together, one right after another, because then I get the whole area hot and I start to lose the shape of my sphere. So you kind of plan out where you're gonna put them. And try to line them up. Super handy that this is clear or transparent, that I can see where I'm putting these. I've done it on some opaque glass, and it definitely takes a little bit more planning. Get all of them to line up. Woo. Oh yeah, we're gonna get 8. All right, one more set, and then we're done. All right. And we're going to do a little bit of torching just to even out some temperatures. Got to be careful about overheating it because those little spikes are pretty thin, especially the one that was just made is hot and they can collapse inside the bubble, and then when that happens there really isn't anything you can do about it because it's in the bubble. But then at the end of this, I'm going to cut off the bottom and I'll cut off the top, and I'll have a little wheel of spikes that I can kind of thread and make stuff on the inside. And if I plan it right, I can make patterns and shapes, but sometimes just the spikes alone are really nice. And I've been able to mix it up and do different shapes as long as I have enough glass. We'll do one more and then we'll take it off. I'll take it from you at the hole, if you wouldn't mind putting the gloves on. Got it? All right. Thank you. That's it. Thanks for everyone who joined us. Appreciate you. Thank you.